Hello everybody and welcome to Let's Play Combat Mission Shock Force 2. It's only a demo. It's available on Battlefront.com, and yeah, just because I did Let's Play Combat Mission, the first Combat Mission series games, Africa Core and Beyond Overlord, I was interested in what what Battlefront.com has managed to do, update the game. And they released this game, the update to Shock Force 1, which I didn't play, so it's Shock Force 2, I think late last year. And surprising that they're still continuing, and it's a strength of gameplay, I think, and where they're very stable and supportive fan base that they're able to still make games. And yeah, I think it's pretty cool, and I wanted to try out the greatest and the latest of Combat Mission, and whether they have included or taken out anything in the name of trying to streamline some things and attracting new players. Yeah, so let's go into it and see whether this is something I can get into right away without reading the manual. Probably it's like 100 pages plus, because I think it's Modern Warfare, which rather complicated and has more variables associated with it. The weapons are definitely more lethal, and you just have to have your wits about you at all times, even before engaging the enemy, because the battle can turn on an instant. Yeah, let's go into battle. I've set the graphical settings. Well, let me just show you the settings here. Yeah, so this is the graphical settings, and it's kind of funny that they still think that AMD is ATI. It's probably a legacy option from the way before AMD basically bought ATI. I don't know when it was, but you'd be surprised that I set this display size to 1280 by 960, because this game is, you soon see that this engine really hasn't optimized itself to play on modern systems. I think it runs on like single core CPU. I don't think it even uses 2 threads. So you see, and I had to like dial down the settings way down in order to make it playable, or even achieve like 30 FPS, even 20 FPS. This game runs on OpenGL, I think. It's it's still probably relevant, I think, in Linux, but AMD cards are not that great on OpenGL. I think they lose around 30 to 40% in the best case scenario to NVIDIA counterparts. So yeah, so 3D model quality balanced, texture quality is best though, so I think it kind of evens it out to look pretty good. And anti-aliasing is definitely needed on this type of resolution, or we're going to be in the world of jaggies. Let's see, advanced, 3 detail high, and everything's on. Right, let's get into the battle. And I wanted to try out the first mission. I did set the option to select, I guess, the shortest mission, which is 1 hour, and it's called Day at the Beach. And one thing that interests me in this battle is the amphibious landing, which has not been tried before, I think, in prior combat mission games. I've seen some modern combat mission games based on Normandy, and I think in that game as well there is no amphibious landing, although it includes D-Day missions. And this is the first game in combat mission, long-running combat mission series, like 20 years, that they are able to manage to put the amphibious vehicles. That's pretty cool, so I wanted to try it. Let's go into it. And blue force and red force. Yeah, nobody will be mistaken that the blue force is going to be the United States and red force is going to be the Syrians. I think they just want to get away from the political side of things. They just want to emulate and simulate the battle itself. And I think that's a pretty good way of going about it. You're not gonna mistake blue with anything other than the United States. I mean, the vehicles and other armaments and everything else is rather authentic. So yeah, and I think the website explicitly says that it doesn't really have any kind of bearing on the current conflict, civil war in Syria. So yeah, it's an unfortunate coincidence, I guess. And here is the game select options. It's kind of interesting note that the skill level, I chose veteran because I guess that's a bit default setting. But it doesn't really tell you what veteran actually means. In the first combat mission series, actually told you like how much a percentage the enemy will get in terms of manpower and also the morale, but it doesn't really tell you. Maybe in the real game it tells you. I don't know what the difference between warrior and veteran is. Maybe the AI is going to be more attentive or something. But I choose veteran and just starting out. And real-time turn-based, okay, so it's a bit different this time as well, because in the first combat mission series it only had turn-based. It's a we go system where you set everything up, give the unit orders, and then if you click the go button, it go into the action phase where everything that you have set up plays out along with the enemies. But here it has real-time. You probably recognize this type of gameplay pretty well. And yeah, the music, there's an option to turn off the music, and yeah, this is the only time where the music really comes into focus. I don't know, there's really no music during the actual battle, but I guess they could, some scenario they have included it. Yeah, I don't think there's a tank in this mission, but I don't know, maybe you could get to control some Airborne's tank in other missions. It's a demo, but all the other missions are more than 1 hour long, so even if you play the demo only, you're going to get like hours and hours of entertainment from playing this game. And this game has like a lot of replayability, so a lot of good value that you're getting for free. And other combat mission games are available too on the website to be downloaded as demo. Alright, so the day at the beach. So it's a USMC module, and there's a map. We're invading Syria by sea. NATO forces, well, not usually US versus NATO. NATO forces are converging on Syria from all sides. But US Amphibious Brigade is tasked with landing and securing highway number 1. And you're leading a company of US Marines and amphibious tracks and shore party of engineers with naval gun support. Alright. And we get some reinforcements. Reinforcement in the yeah, amphibious company, and also some Cobra attack helos. Interesting. Intelligence reports suggest Syrian reservists are mobilizing the area, and you're to land at Samra beach, secure the town, and reconnector the coastal road. One known objective. And parameters, enemy casualties 50%. I guess if you eliminate 50%, you get 50 points, and if you minimize your casualty to 15%, you also get 50 points. 1 hour variable, which means that it could go past 1 hour. Ah, okay, so this is the map of the area. So they don't really know exactly where the Syrian defenders are, but this is kind of approximate of the area. And I think the map size is medium. Yeah, so both sides and some of them in the rear. Yeah, on the other side of the highway. Alright, so this is the setup phase. Give the first commands. Okay. Right. So the camera controls are based on WSAD, which is pretty interesting, and I think it's a pretty good idea. Yeah, it's definitely modern. Unlike the first combat mission games like Africa Core, where you had to use arrow keys, which was kind of unwieldy, else from the tank controls of yore. So I had to use the mouse keys, or mouse basically, to control it. And here we have the American Marines. Interesting. And they're all rendered down to a single person. So in this group, there are around 9-person engineer group squad. So you have 9. So 1-to-1 representation, and there's really no other way to abstract this. Like in Africa Core, where 10-man squads would be represented by 3 guys. Some people call them based on the 3 Stooges. Right, so you have these guys as well, and observer. And these guys will call down the artillery, I think. You can see the frame rates are pretty bad. I think it's around 15 to 20 frames per second. It's not as bad, because it's not an action game or anything like that. It's just more of
Pay
a
attention.
okay. Yeah, it's more of a like if you like zoom way out, you could mistake this for a flight sim or something or helicopter sim. I'm flying a drone or something and overlooking the area. Um, definitely seems like it or appears so. But there's a lot of numbers being crunched right now, and yeah, it's a really impressive simulation. I think it's yeah definitely a very complicated game, more complicated definitely than the first combat mission games. All right, so let's set up these guys to be closer. I think if you press space, you get to have the options, yeah, and then you can place or move them within the the blue deployment zone here. I think you can also select the squad and then select them to move. I think it's just N. Yeah, let's move them. Check out the map here. Okay, so this is a medium map, and okay, and it's just measuring the map here on the kilometer. Kilometer? Yeah, exactly a kilometer. Seems a bit smaller than the Africa core maps. You know, when you compare the size. 1,000 meters. I mean, if it comes to like modern tanks, then they'll definitely be able to target the entirety of the map without any problem. Like kilometers, I mean, they can probably target up to like 2 kilometers without any problem. And I think the same goes for the artilleries. I think they'll be very accurate and be able to conduct almost like pinpoint bombardment. Okay, so yeah, I mean, you can see the foliage, the level of detail appears as you get closer to the ground, and you can also turn off the lighting, which I think makes the game run a bit slower, but you can see how much of a detail there are. A lot of detail. The trees have like all these textures to them, and I think they also sway in the wind, just like in Africa Core. Kind of unfortunate the detail pops in very close. I mean, 50 meters away from where the camera is. But I guess you gotta, I mean, sometimes you gotta pay for the loss of detail because the performance is going to tank really for this computer.
Okay,
And you can also fine tune the camera using the right mouse button. If you hold it, you can sort of pan and tilt and everything. All right, so I think that is our first movement. Oh, I don't know what happened here. Okay. Yeah, just like in the Africa Core, if you press backspace, it cancels the latest movement. You can also click this and then move around, which is really nice. And surprisingly, this is all real time. So there's really no concept of turns. So you can get lost sometimes, just admiring the view and seeing the action develop on this side. There could be something happening on the right side, but of course the turn doesn't end after the first minute. So yeah, you gotta keep tabs on everything and just get this guy a bit closer. I think these guys will be very tired. But I think they need to get out from the beach. You can pause at any time when things go awry or you need to make adjustment. You can do that without any kind of limitations. So something bad happening, like your tank is being mauled by some ambush, and you can stop it right away and maybe pop up some smoke. It's entirely possible. Kind of reminds me of those older, well, not really old, but those classic RPG games like BioWare games. It's real time with pause, as you can see here. And I did start the turn, so you see the timer going down from 1 hour. And these little guys are, yeah, I mean, I can't really see them. Let's go back to the... Uh-oh. Where is it landing? Okay, so Syrians have definitely opened up with their artillery. Where is it landing? Let's just get closer. Alright. Oh, it's on the left side. Um. Okay. Well, I mean, did the day got actually lighter? I don't know why. I didn't touch the lighting settings. It seems to be that this game might have day-night cycle. So as the day goes by, oh, okay, we identify somebody already. As the day goes by, it gets lighter and lighter, which is, I mean, despite all the clunkiness and the performance issues this game has on my computer, maybe worth it. Maybe worth the price of performance loss. Because the first game definitely didn't have this kind of dynamic lighting happening. Yeah, so the other guys are moving up without any problems. And this guy is definitely have mistakenly misjudged where the Americans are. Yeah, they're wasting all the artillery. Yeah, it seems like it's yeah, making some nice deformation on the ground and some nice lighting effect, some particle effects going on. And also the smoke, it's all complicated stuff. Yeah. Too bad the performance is too bad. It's really bad. Oh! Started shooting. Okay, I think they are now in the thick of things. They've identified this trench where there are a lot of Syrians. Oh my goodness, look at them. Yeah. So we're able to see with our, I guess, naked eye what kind of weapons they wield too. Mostly the Russian-made weapons. Small arms fire, but I think this guy has something bigger. That's definitely a bazooka or some kind of a rocket. And these guys are in the trench, which means that we need to crack open our artillery. So let's do that. These guys will be able to target this area, I think. And let's just try area target. Okay. Maybe not exactly there, but a bit behind the trench. Yeah. So I don't know what this means. One or two, maybe it's the guns that they have available. Let's do heavy, medium, mostly soldiers, so personnel. Immediate and confirm. It says immediate, but it's still going to take 6 minutes. And here, I don't think they're being targeted or anything. But these guys could move up a bit. So if I click on unit and they cannot see these guys, I think these indicators do not appear only when the unit is able to identify them. And they can identify readily. It's not like in the first combat mission games where you just think that there's something based on sound. And most times you're wrong, but in this game, I think because of superior optics, they're able to find out exactly who they're facing. Medium, let's see, long, personnel, and immediate.
Fire mission over.
The movement orders and everything are basically same as Africa Core, for example. It shares like similar type of orders. You go here and then press space. Yeah, your movement orders like fast, quick, hunt, assault, and blast. Okay, blast I guess is when you need to blast through walls and stuff like that. Yeah, I think this game has those deformation options or destructive options for buildings and the like. And combat, I think line of sight option where you can check your line of sight is kind of rolled into targeting. So if you use target and like go to the, you know, where you want to target, you'll be able to see the range and also the whether it is blocked or not. So it is kind of rolled into one, convenient. was kind of wondering and trying to find the option for line of sight for a while until I realized that everything's kind of combined. And you can also split teams, which is pretty cool because you can, for example, assign two group or two men here with the biggest guns as can split them into support fire when the rest of them could try to assault or advance, so they can overwatch. And you can also split anti-tank teams to be a bit more discreet or something, and then put them away somewhere where they'll be able to ambush. And maybe you'll be able to combine the groups together after that. Wow, yeah, so these guys are in firefight. Shouldn't really move. And they're in some kind of a... Yeah, they really need to stay down. I think they get injured. Yeah, one of them got hurt, I think. Oh, they're really out in the open. I need to probably get them in the... I don't know whether they can run to. Maybe they should come back. Let's see. Slow and come back here, I think. Maybe. Hopefully they know how to retreat. And we have found at least another group. So maybe that's where I'm going to direct the final artillery fire. Yeah, getting worried about these guys on the side. At least I set the artillery to target this area, and I think the artillery is still falling rather accurately now. Oh, we are shooting the... Oh wow, yeah, it's rather accurate now. I think they're shooting mortars. We are shooting the I think it's a grenade. Machine gun mounted grenades or something. Yeah, I don't know whether it's accurate or not, but that was pretty accurate. Let's check the Syrian side. Yeah, and you're shooting their grenades. And we hear some gunfire on the other side. Targeting, I think, these dudes. Okay, let's stop. And I think we see some of these guys now on this side. Do I see them? Yeah, we see them from these guys. Maybe you can select the last artillery. And also we see the trench here. Maybe I should start with this one. Okay, yeah, I can target using these guys. So let's do that. Here. No line of sight. Oh, okay, so the sight starts out where I can see them, but it ends where I cannot. Maybe do this. Yeah, okay. Yeah, works. Yeah, heavy, medium, personnel, immediate, confirm.
Requesting fire mission.
I
Over.
think it's gonna come in 6 minutes or so. This guy's still shooting. Hopefully they're... Yeah, I think yellow means they're wounded or something, or they're not doing too well. I think with our grenades, we were able to at least... Oh wow, we're being shot at from this side as well. Okay, these guys are like really popular. But with our grenades, we were able to kind of suppress them. And not shooting as much. It seems like these guys have green tracers and the US or the NATO has red. Looks like Star Wars. Okay, so these guys are getting out. Interesting. So maybe I should adjust the artillery target. They're getting out, and this guy is still mounting his defense. It's a machine gun. That looks okay. Looks pretty good. This guy seems to be hurting. Yeah, and this guy also. Or maybe they're just kind of cowering. Yeah, they're not hurt. They're still able to fight. How about us? Anybody injured? Not really. They're being suppressed.
Request fire mission.
And this guy is now fighting, engaged. Oh, this guy got hurt. Casualty, one casualty. And sadly, I'm not able to go back because this is real time, so I can only pause and see what happened. The status of troops. I cannot really check, can't really go back in time. But if you play the turn-based mode, it's going to be very similar to Africa Core, where you can stop and rewind. Yeah, just nature of how the system is built. So you need to be very careful and attentive at all times, I guess. Yeah, this is the last group I expected to take on casualty, but unfortunately it did. Maybe I should move them a bit closer to the rest of the group. Let's just move here. And let them face here. So that's the rotate option from Africa Core. Yeah, alright. Let's see now. Let's check the overhead map. Interesting.
Shot, over.
Okay, there's some confirmation.
Shot, out.
Yeah, they're moving. Reinforcements have arrived. Okay, let's check the reinforcements. And we have the vaunted amphibious assault guys. Wow, look at that. Pretty cool, to say the least. These are called Amphibious AAV. Has 40mm gun. And he's able to bring in around 20 troops in total, along with 3 crew. Yeah, wow, look at that. And if you click the, I guess these buttons, you can see more statistics related to the vehicle, the damage here. And there's like a lot of different optics, and you can launch smoke, and defensively it only is able to defend against small arms fire. It is vulnerable to anti-tank weapons and shells. Yeah, so in the Africa Core, if you press enter, then you'll be able to see like whole load of numbers related to the weapons statistics. Here they just try to keep it simple, I guess. But I'm sure the numbers are still very relevant, and you really need to figure out how to make the best use of them. So let's see. Fake. Okay. You can target from here. It's basically a boat that can also go underground. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And I guess you don't need to pop smoke right now. Let me see. Oh yeah. If you want to cancel, you press delete. Then it's gonna cancel. Maybe I should pop smoke with this guy and see what happens. And then move. So this is a function that this game touts as being the first in the series to be able to do. I'm sure that if they can make available more resources for simulating this kind of stuff, maybe in the future they'll be able to do some naval battle simulations. So these guys are slowly making their way. Oh wow, look at that. They started firing right away. Yeah, so this is not a stealth mission for them. They're like coming in with guns blazing. And you can see the artillery now being active. And the time has already 54. So the
Shot, over, shot, out, shot, out.
you can definitely hear them. And the smoke is left behind.
Shot, over.
Oh my goodness.
Shot, out.
Oh wow. It was very accurate shot. Goodness, I cannot believe it. They're all dead. Everybody's dead. Nobody got out of the AAV. Wow. Now that's something that these designers would have to improve on the next iteration or Mark II version of this vehicle. Oh my goodness. I mean, you just lose like 20 people right away from the beginning. Yeah, that certainly was not optimal. Okay, so hopefully there'll be no more casualties of similar.
Fire perfect. Over. Flash.
Yeah, I think our artillery is not flying.
Roger. Fire
Okay,
perfect.
so these guys arriving, and I don't know what happened here, but oh, one casualty. Right, and you can see there's some casualty on the Syrian side as well. And you can actually identify the group, the makeup of the group too. Wow. Yeah, so we are shooting right now, active. Yeah, they're spotting, and these guys are busy, which means that yeah, they're also under fire. These guys, I guess. Yeah, we don't really know the status of the group here, but from the smoke, I think the artillery also started to strike here in this area, and we're gonna mortar from the reinforcement, I guess, that we received. All right, so let's continue doing this. Too bad these guys are like basically sinking in the ocean. That's pretty crazy.
Shot. Over. Shot. Out.
Yeah, 40mm cannons are targeting these guys pretty accurately.
Over.
I'm pretty sure.
Shot. Out.
Probably these guys all have like night vision. And the day is getting a bit lighter as I guess
Flash. Over.
we reach the 53rd minute mark.
Flash. Out. Flash.
Okay. Yeah, only one casualty here.
Out.
And targeting accurately. No casualty here. Alright, and here you got another casualty, unfortunately. These guys made it. Yeah, it's definitely more complicated, and since this is real time, you gotta really
Shot.
keep
Over.
track of everything.
Fire
You know,
perfect.
sometimes these
Shot.
guys might
Out.
get hit. And I may not really know when I focus myself on this region.
Roger. Fire perfect.
Yeah, the artillery is definitely striking. I don't know about this area though. Alright, so let's move you a bit inland. I guess it goes for everybody. Yeah, okay. Sure. Yeah, we only lost one AAV, which is, I guess... I mean, it'd be nice if I just keep all of them alive, but, you know, unfortunately I couldn't do it. Yeah. Okay, so let's go a bit inland and then take them out.
Flash.
Wow, yeah, they're able to target the entirety of the map, basically. Everything within their sight
Fire
is being hit on. For now, yeah, these guys are being hit because these guys have, I think, what seems to be some very accurate anti-armor
Roger.
rockets.
Fire perfect.
So that was that. Okay, so I think we've driven these guys out, or at least out of the trench. So let's readjust. I think this was the second artillery group. Confirm. Yeah.
Adjust fire. Over.
And the mortar crew, rather busy. Okay. Alright, so let's take you out, which involves clicking on these representative icons and then deploy them anywhere on the map, like here, for example. Which is a pretty neat idea. This guy's a commander, and I think they're attached to this group. Alright, so let's get them all out. And you can see these guys moving. Yeah, so it's really nice detail. You can even see the inside of the vehicle. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, you cannot see them, see the soldiers sitting down, but... And it seems like you only took out the first unit. So I need to probably do this individually. Yeah. Okay. I think for all the other vehicles. Wow. Yeah, that was pretty lucky evasion. And we really need to get these guys. I think if we just double click, I'll be able to get them all out. Yeah. about this guy? Just oops. Yeah, let's do that then. Probably easy way to get them all out. Okay, this guy. Well, yeah, just stay there. I think a bit closer. So day is getting a bit brighter, definitely. These guys all deployed. Pretty cool.
Out.
Alright, everybody's out. And now, can I use a mortar? I think I can. This area target. Oh, no, I cannot see them. Let's go to spotter. Really need to identify who's spotting for these guys. Well, I don't know exactly who. We'll be able to mount some kind of assault on the left flank and dry them out. I'm sure they're suitably suppressed, so let's just get them all out onto the shore. Yeah, you can definitely see the flashes from the artillery. Very atmospheric. Yep. Everybody out. Do what the commander says. I don't know how much of a hand holding I have to do for these guys. In the first games, Africa Corps, for example, I found the infantry to be pretty good in taking care of themselves, and the morale definitely showed. In this game, there's really not much of morale per se. No, I cannot really tell whether they're in trouble or not, but as you can see, if you see like these casualties and yellow gun, for example, it means that they're not really, like, they're cautious, for example. Yeah, they're cautious. I guess this will tell us, the status of morale that the unit is in. And we left the casualty guys who's hurt or dead. Yeah, so unfortunately there's really no medic in this game as well. I don't know whether that is something that is realistic or not, because the first game they called out medic and everything whenever there was a casualty.
Shot. Over.
Yeah, this whole mass of men right now on the left side.
Out.
Still dropping, I think. Yeah, still the artillery is dropping. And I think we are getting small arms fire. I think we need to base this way. I'm not so sure. If there's a bazooka or anti-tank weapons, then it's going to be pretty bad if we are exposed. Let's see. Let's test out how well they can see us. I think they can probably wipe us out if you're too close. I think, yeah, here it's all more or less. I can't really see them anymore, so let's spot some different area. Let's go to spotter. This is different spotter. Okay. I think this is the guys yeah. So let's target here. Let's adjust mission. Firing in 5 minutes. Here, target and target here. I think probably the same kind of deal. Heavy bombardment of this area. I do find this to be very intuitive and nicely done. Maybe I can move this. No, I think this is good enough, right?
Adjust fire. Over.
Well, we're going to move pretty hard on the left flank and see what's up with this guy to hunt. Even there was a bazooka guy, but I don't know, maybe these guys would see what is happening and then take care of things. And I think to do that, we can give them an arc to oversee, target arc from here to here, or maybe from the back a bit longer. Yeah, from here to here. I think they'll be pretty accurate. I'm sure. The modern weapons and everything, so I'm sure that they'll be able to target pretty well. It's not like World War II anymore. And you can see the artillery are rather accurate. I mean, there's really no chance of, if you're careful enough, there's really no chance of getting hit by own artillery. It's really intuitive. You can change the direction of the movement orders, and there's really no pause. The order of command is really quick and really efficient for the Americans. Yeah, something very different for a change. These guys, they're able to see the rest of the soldiers have dismounted, and you can see by the on the casualty by the indicator here, so you can see and check out really quickly what is happening on the status of your troops as they move around. And I think around 10 minutes have passed in this mission, yeah, which goes pretty quickly. If I were to, wow, these guys were hit from way back. Maybe it was a mortar. And these guys almost made it rather slowly, but not be able to exactly see what is happening. It's a headquarters unit. Pretty important. Just keep overseeing this area. And the machine guns are hopefully... These guys are hopefully still...
Shot out.
Protecting us with support fire if needs be. And also these guys will stay back and provide us with support fire as we move forward. One and heavy, medium and personnel, and in around 5 minutes.
Request fire. Over.
So we kind of drive these guys out, and then by the time we arrive, there will be another artillery starting out. And these guys could also hunt a bit more on the side and probably get to advance.
Flash. Over.
All right. Okay, so nobody's getting hit. Oh wow, the green! Look at the green tracers. They're getting hit very hard. Yeah. All right. Okay.
Over.
Casualty. Let's go back. So they're really having a target arc right here, so we're caught by the fire. It's pretty close by, and I think the Syrians are pretty good too. They're veterans. We need to move back and then think about what to do. I think artillery is gonna probably land pretty soon. And these guys could maybe go a bit forward. And these guys could follow. Yeah, you can see these guys are all in the hills away from the artillery, and we're starting hitting these guys. I suspected these guys to have some more missiles to target the vehicles if left to their own device, so we need to take care of it. These guys are now supporting in the middle. Hopefully these guys didn't get hurt too much. Only one casualty. Alright. I'm sure that they can lob some grenades. No line of sight. Okay. Alright, there was some explosion. Yeah, let's check the artillery. Little spotter. Oops. Yeah, spotting there. Okay. Spotting here in I don't know how many minutes expected. Oh, it says less than 1 minute. It's good news. It's busy. Okay, yeah. Started shooting. The border is still available, so we received that until later. Yeah, I do like how this game plays, although it's real time and definitely requires some getting used to. Kind of, I mean, plays like, I don't know, it has been a while since I last played, but kind of plays similar to Call of War games, at least from the outset. Games like Shogun 2, and I bet this game is way more complicated than Call of War ever hopes to be. I'm sure that Call of War takes some shortcuts to be able to run on modern systems. I wonder if they're gonna do like World War One or other battle simulations of this type. Going to take a lot of different care to simulate it, but I think it's possible. Yeah, now they're ending pretty strongly. I don't know what is happening. Let's just check. I mean, it's pretty accurate. This is modern naval gun targeting we're talking about. Laser guided and all that. Like GPS and... yeah, I don't know. Maybe it is not trench proof. Oh, do I see do I spy a Syrian guy here? I think this guy's all injured. I think this guy's all gone. Yeah, it seems they're... oh my goodness, they're actually dead. Yeah, I guess there's difference between being injured and dead. Maybe if you put medic unit... one of the DLCs released for these games, there might be a medic unit that they'll be able to, you know, fix these guys when they're injured. They're tip-top shape, so they'll be able to fight once again. Okay. Let's check. Let's go from left to right and check whether we can move these guys. Oh, not yet. These guys are pretty strong, but you can maybe follow them. Okay, cannot really shoot at them right now. But I think you can move these guys. Yeah. And you follow and base here. Oh my, there are like whole slew of guys here too. Alright, so need to save up some artillery for them too. These guys are going back, I think. Yeah, they decided to go back. This guy's probably dead. Yeah, we're giving them some nice scattered support fire. Yeah, now here the artillery start landing, and let's see if we can drive these guys out too. The left side, we are marching on a post, more or less. And I think these guys are scattered to this side of the hill. We still need to get these guys, but I think it's gonna land soon. Yeah, okay, there was around here. Okay. This guy's still being shot. Okay, so a bit of a lull in the battle. I think there's really no other guys, but need to be careful. Seems that there's a question mark here, which means that they cannot really be certain whether there's a guy here or not. So maybe if we use a assault command to get into the trench, there's a way to do this. Assault. I guess you cannot do it, but there should be an option to assault and move quickly. Yeah, we are at a disadvantaged position, trying to climb up the hill. So in this case, we might, for example, this guy would come up here and pop some smoke, right? And then we'll try to rush. I mean, these guys could have popped the smoke when they're near the shore. That's what I saw from some of the amphibious landings done in the exercises. They pop the smoke and then they rush forward to rush the shore, and the deployment troops happen. Yeah, and this is like how it happens, and you can also... Okay, movement. Let's go quickly. What about you guys? Can you assault? Yeah, you can assault here. You should do that. Yeah, so the enemy will not be able to see exactly how many troops are trying to converge in this space.
Fire for Perfect.
Okay, so we're
Over.
quickly moving into the trench. Hopefully it's going to give us some cover.
Roger. Fire for
Oh.
effect.
There's some shooting. Oh, okay, so you're targeting these guys, and I think they're valid targets, definitely. Yeah, I don't think the artillery is bothering them too much. Maybe use what is called the mortar. Yeah, it's more accurate, I guess. Oops. How about 3? I don't know. Heavy, medium, and personnel immediately. 3 minutes. Okay, that's good enough for me.
Fire mission request.
And then we'll try to rush. And it seems like as long as you are within the viewing distance of these guys, I think you'll be able to target them using artillery and mortar, which is something new that I haven't experienced before. Alright, so can you see these guys? I don't know. I think the artillery started landing here as well. But I guess we need to move up with the rest of the troops now. We can probably adjust mission to fire at these guys. Yeah, we can see the grenades being targeting this. If I can target, yeah, I can target here. Let's target a group of guys.
Just fire. Over.
And I think the delay is not going to be that long, around 5 minutes. Part for the course, just like in the Africa core. Just checking out the map. Yeah, this is more like it. Kind of holding in the middle while we're advancing the left. I hope I can take care of these guys if we're moving on the middle part as well. And then I think the objective is this building and the highway in the green space. Yeah, so okay, so it extends pretty back. Okay. Alright. I'm sure that you can rebind the keys as well. I couldn't in the Africa core, but here I'm sure you can do it. You can play this game just like you play Africa core, for example. Yeah, I do kind of like this game. Yeah, I do kind of like this game. Modern warfare, basically. Yeah, we are shooting at these guys. Cannot see these guys. I cannot see these guys in the smoke. Oh no, the artillery started falling on there. Yeah. That's pretty good. They are kind of congregated on this side. Maybe because the artillery was falling on this area. Oh wow, some heavy firing going on. Yeah, from this side.
Roger. Fire mission request. Out. End of mission. Out.
Okay.
Roger. Shot. Over.
Okay, do this once
Shot.
again.
Out. Fire. Over. Fire. Out.
Okay. I think we need to hurry up a bit. Let's do heavy, short, and personnel immediately. 6 minutes. Okay, wow.
Request fire.
Yeah,
Over.
so time is of the essence more than the amount of resources. Not really a lot of time. Wow, look at that. We identified the target on the hill. So we can see them. I cannot see anybody, but they can see these guys.
Shot. Out.
So they do some pretty nice targeting. Yeah. Oh wow, look at that. The casualty. Yeah, I cannot see them in these kind of muddy textures. I'm sure that these guys are from the middle part, I think. I'm not so sure.
Shot. Out. Shot. Over. End of mission. Out. Shot. Out. Out.
Let's see if I can hunt on this side. Now
Shot. Out.
I try to sneak around here and see. Around here and base. Nope. Base I think is G, yeah. And this guy will come up. A lot of soldiers here. We're making our way into the... And they're tired. Okay. I'm sure that they're gonna rest here. And move some of these guys around this area. Let's see if I can put these guys around here. And the machine gun guys as well. Maybe this guy could come up here and then slowly edge toward the trees. This guy's going there, I think. No. Can they see? No, not really. Really interesting terrain.
Flash. Over.
Yeah, moving up in the middle.
Over. Flash. Out.
There's some guys identified, I think.
Fire for effect.
Yeah, oh my goodness.
Fire for effect. Over.
Yeah, we found some guys. Immediately they're cut down. Wow, that is
Fire for
like...
effect. Out.
This guy was
Fire for effect.
reinforcement. Another reinforcement. This guy basically wiped the floor. Oh wow, the stragglers from the first trench. The guys who got out of this area is now being mauled down. I don't know why they didn't move further back. They're being hit. Yeah, it's not a really good area to hide in, I think. The mortars are not landing. This guy is having a look-see what is happening exactly. I think these guys are the guys from here, so we can probably shoot them. Yeah, we're not shooting them. Okay. And now we have helicopters, which I think we'll reserve until later. Wow, so this is similar to air support. I don't know whether we'll be able to see the helicopters in question. Cobra helicopters. They bring a lot of crazy hardware. Alright, so now that the trench has been manned, let's go slowly up. Let's first check whether the artillery is off. Yeah, I think this is how you check it. Yeah, so the other one is off. So where should we target next? So we're targeting here next, and this one is targeting this. Okay. I don't think... Yeah, we need to probably cease fire.
Check fire. Check fire. Check fire.
Check fire. Okay. And for these guys, maybe strike this once again. Heavy, short, and personnel. In 5 minutes, confirm.
Request fire mission over.
I think this is now not targeted by any artillery, so we'll try to move up. Yeah, give an order, and this guy as well. Maybe I can enter the vehicle once again and then move along for these guys at least. Maybe they can embark once again, so to save some time. These guys could now go on up. Are they tired? They're exhausted. Wow, so they cannot really fight well. I think this guy go back, and then this guy could get on. And then we transport them a bit closer. Hopefully they don't get shot by any anti-tank weapons. Oh man, yeah. And here, since we know that the trench is more or less empty, you can probably advance and see. Yeah, I'm sure that this guy is able to cover for us. Yeah, I think so. After machine gun is in place, we will move them. I think we can move these guys here to support. And the mortar could cease firing. I think it did. Seems like we have like almost unlimited amount of artillery.
Out.
Oh, okay. We see some tracer from the Syrian side. Need to be careful. Yeah, yeah. Oh, you guys probably should stop. You guys probably should stop. You're gonna get targeted. I think I gave them order to target this area too to get the amount of damage here. Let's check where this guy is targeting. Yeah. I think he's firing in 1 minute, 5 minutes. Yeah, it's a bit delayed. Should I wait? Maybe I should. Could probably give order to fire here as well. I can see it. Okay. I can probably see here. And fire probably heavy and long personnel and in 5 minutes also.
Requesting fire.
Okay, so we are kind of concerned now more or less with the left side. But as long as we take, yeah, we have these guys on the run in the middle, I think we'll be able to do well in taking the trench and then planning out our next phase.